Welcome friends to this short filmmaking video. In this episode, we're going to see how to export our project primarily as a .mp4, but there are other formats that may be required at times.
With that, friends, let's get started. So last time we saw how to export from Premiere Pro. The other option is to export using Adobe Media Encoder. When you installed Premiere Pro, Media Encoder kind of came along for the ride. You already have it installed on your computer as long as you have Premiere Pro up and running. Let's take a look at that and why we would use it. So I don't want to render out this entire project again because we saw how long it took the first time through. And this, I just want to go through the options and the different settings. So I'm going to create a new sequence from Mr. Yost's clip 2. So I'm just going to click on that and remember new sequence from clip. And it comes down here. So I told you last time that we could have multiple sequences open. There's the first project, there's the second one. And I'm just going to shorten this down a little bit so that it exports a little bit quicker for us. Remember to export. We go up here, File, Export, Media. And I told it that I want to include clip 2, which is just Yoast. I told you have multiple ones. Last time we hit Export. This time I'm going to hit Q. And when I Q, it sends it over here to Media Encoder. Why would we do that? First and foremost, if I'm rendering a very large file, while this is chugging along in Media Encoder, I can come back over here to Premiere Pro and work in Premiere Pro. So I will always export through Media Encoder because it's rendering in the background and I'm still able to work in Premiere Pro. If you don't have anything else to do in Premiere Pro, then you can export in Premiere Pro and walk away and get a cup of coffee or go for a jog or whatever you're doing. But if I'm working, then I'm exporting one file in Media Encoder and I'm working in Premiere Pro on a different file or making edits to that same file back in Media Encoder. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate so we can talk about the settings. For most everything in this class, you are going to export as a .mp4. And there's a difference between the file type and the codec used. The file type is like the wrapper. It says I'm going to be an MP4 file or I'm going to be an MOV file. That's the wrapper. The codec then says when a device wants to play your file, it needs to know what kind of codec it's playing. For example, the H.264 is super common. This is what allows us to watch videos on the internet because it compresses the file down but keeps the quality really high. There's a couple different MP4s. This .265 is becoming more and more common. It's a newer version, but still not every phone has it. Not every computer has it. So I will often not render out as a 265. I still render my MP4s as 264s. There's a different codec between a 264 and a 265. So that's just a different MP4 codec. They're still both MP4 files, but one's a different playback mechanism. That's what the codec is. It's your playback mechanism. The other type of file that is very, very common is a .mov. And to get that, we're going to go to QuickTime. If you're on a PC like I am and QuickTime doesn't show up, you might have to download and install the free QuickTime movie player, which will then bring these codecs into your machine. And that's the file wrapper is a .mov. Clicking on this gives us the different codecs. ProRes 444 is a very common one. The other one that I'm often using is ProRes 422HQ. So sometimes clients will say, I want an MOV file and I want the 422HQ codec. This is how you make those settings. As your instructor, I'm often going to ask for an MP4 with a .264 as your codec. And over here, you can tell it where you want it to go. I'm actually just going to send it to my desktop. Save. I'm going to send this one to my desktop as well. And then I click play, and it's going to render both of them out. It'll probably render fairly quickly, again, because I'm only looking at 10 seconds. It took a little longer for the MOV, and we'll look at why right now. So we've got an MP4 file and a QuickTime file and a .mov file. The MP4s, like I said, were very, very compressed. We took that data and we scrunched it down. And when we did that, you can see it's a very small file type. It's 13 kilobytes. The QuickTime movie, same exact clip, has a file type that is ginormous, 400 kilobytes. So that's almost the same size as my entire 6.5-minute video that we rendered out previously. So you can see that MOVs are huge files. Why would we want that? Well, the MP4 compresses down the data. So it takes the data and it scrunches it all down so that the file types are very, very small, but the quality is still very, very good. However, if you're then going to use that to do other editing, you've lost a lot of the data in scrunching it down and compressing it down. The MOV files, however, have all of that data still there. So if I'm sending it to a client that wants to then use that video to do other edits or other things, it's as close to the actual footage as I can give it to them. Sometimes when I'm rendering things out as an MP4 and the color looks a little bit off or it messed up a little bit in the compression, then I'll go back and I'll render out as a .mov file. But the MOV files are really, really large. They're huge files, which is why we'll often deal with, and most people will often say, I want an MP4. However, if the client doesn't say what type of file they want or the codec that they want, just go with the 264 and everybody will be just happy. If they get into that, then they might ask you for a specific file type with a specific codec. You got to know how to address that. If this confuses you and you're like, I don't really understand what's going on, you can ignore all of this and just export everything out as a .264 and the world will be just fine.
So there you have it. That's how we're going to use the Media Encoder or Premiere Pro to export our projects as primarily .mp4s, but as you saw, there are some other formats that we might use. That's it for this episode, and we'll see you in the next one.